So this friend on the left has a gray sweatshirt, making them more visible. But we're really looking out for the dark folks, like the biker on the left, that didn't have their light on yet. So they were just a little bit darker than the rest of the world. Hey guys, it's Jacqueline. And for the next few minutes, we're going to talk about driving at dusk. Dusk is that special time just before the sun goes down, when there's still light, but it's definitely not light enough outside for everybody to see. The rule book says that you have to turn on your headlights 30 minutes before sunset. And that's that time where the sun hasn't exactly gone down, but it's starting to get a little darker. So it's about 6:30. We're going to call it dusk. And I've put on my headlights. And you can see cars coming toward me with their headlights too. Sometimes right around dusk, people forget to turn their headlights on. So if we see a dark car coming toward us, we'll flash our brights to give them a signal that they forgot to turn their lights on. But hopefully we won't see anybody. We also have to remember when we're driving at dusk that pedestrians and cyclists can be harder to see, especially if they weren't thinking about driving or riding their bikes or walking at dusk, because if people are wearing dark clothing, it's hard to see, and if bicyclists don't have lights on, it's hard to see. So this friend on the left has a gray sweatshirt, making them more visible. But we're really looking out for the dark folks, like the biker on the left, that didn't have their light on yet. So they were just a little bit darker than the rest of the world. We're also thinking about animals that come out at dusk. So we're on the lookout for coyote and deer. We're looking out for people who are walking their dogs, of course. And since it's starting to sprinkle, I'm gonna just do my windshield wiper. One up, because I want to keep my windshield wiper clear. So driving at dusk is a time to be extra cautious, on the lookout for everybody making their way home, remembering to turn on our headlights, and watch for people who might be in the shadows. Now we're going to get on the freeway, and we're going to think about how it feels a little bit different to get on the freeway at dusk. We'll still be able to see the cars, but mostly we'll start to pick up the headlights. And eventually, as it gets darker, we'll lose sight of the actual cars themselves, and we'll only be able to see the headlights. And we'll just see what that transition feels like. So I see bright shining headlights behind me. I'm using the size of the headlight to help me estimate the distance of the cars. When the headlights look really small, I know they're far away. And when the headlights start to get bigger, I know that the car is getting closer to me. Now that I'm on the freeway, I'm not as concerned about animals. I'm definitely not concerned about pedestrians or cyclists. So really, I just get to settle in. I like the feeling of everybody's headlights on and being able to have that extra sense of where folks are. So I think actually driving on the freeway at dusk is quite easy. Driving on more country roads at dusk is a little bit harder because of the potential for animals. So driving at dusk, I can definitely use my rear view mirror to see all the cars behind me, checking out how close the car behind me is, how the cars in the left lane look. I'm going to make a left lane change, and I feel safe because I see both headlights of the van Of course, I follow up with my mirror and my blind spot. I can still see the colors of the cars behind me, so it's not that dark yet, and I have the extra help of the headlights, so it feels really safe to make my lane changes. I'm going to do another right lane change. So the most important thing about driving at dusk is paying special attention in high hazard places for people, bikes, or potential animals. And when you're on the freeway, take advantage of the extra visibility that the headlights give you of other cars, and learn to assess the distance of cars using the headlights. Small lights mean the car is very far away, and as they get bigger, they're getting closer. Keep yourself safe all times of day, and thanks for checking in to figure out how to stay safe when you're driving at dusk. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.